Basketball Hustle TV.
We got Greg Tribble. What's up, man?
What up with it, man?
Hey, so just tell us who you are, where you from, what got you started with basketball.
Hey, Greg Tribble Jr., man. I'm from Cincinnati, Ohio. I started hooping when I was about 4. And what's crazy is, all the parents, they put their kids through soccer and football. Basketball was the last sport that I had tried. Soccer, it was kind of a little boring to me. Then football, I felt like they was just overdoing it too much with the practices. Like, just too much running. Like, we get a break after every play. Like, they made me take off to the tree one time, and then after that, I told my pops, I'm like, yeah, nah, I'm cool on the football. Then I started playing basketball, and it was just natural. And then my dad used to always have Kobe on the TV. He used to let me stay up past my bedtime and watch Kobe, and then I just ended up getting a love for it. I just ended up working out, and then it was just natural. So all the kids gravitated towards me at school because I was good at basketball. I saw it was something that I can, stand out. Because obviously I had a birthmark, so I was a kind of little, I was a little insecure about my birthmark, so I felt like basketball helped me a lot with that. So
Did your dad play, or did your dad work with you at all?
yeah, my dad worked with me. He played. He said he played. He played at Cape, so he was good enough to to teach me the IQ and all that, get me started. He knew the AAU stuff, and I ended up start playing with Well, I started out playing with the Cincinnati Knights. What was crazy was I was a bench warmer. And I remember it was one game where we was blowing somebody out. They had put me in with 4 seconds left, and I just cried. And then I just remembered that the rest of the time I ended up getting way better and ended up paying off. So,
At what age did you feel your skills changing? And that you was starting to get the hang of playing ball, and the competitive nature kicked in.
I've been competitive because I had an older brother.
Okay.
And my older brother used to beat up on me a lot and stuff. So
How old was he?
he 8 years older than me. So yeah, right. He 8 years older than me, so he had a little advantage of me. He was way bigger than me at the time. I used to always tell him, like, wait until I get your size. Like, wait until I get your size. And then they had beat me to probably when I was, in middle school, like 7th grade. And he was like, all right, I ain't playing you no more. Like, they could tell, like, I just started getting good. So I would say, like, 7th grade, where I just start waking up in the morning and working out before school at 4 or 5 o'clock in the morning. I had a janitor come open the door for me. I was working out before school and all that.
That's 7th grade?
Yeah, 7th grade. I started when I was 5 in the morning. 7th grade.
Wow.
Yeah, my mom and my dad used to come. My dad used to rebound for me, and then my mom used to have all my clothes and cook me breakfast and make sure I got all my clothes and I ate before school and all that.
So your family was fully supportive of
Yeah,
your
for
cause
sure.
and passion.
Mm-hmm.
Wow, that's beautiful.
Yeah.
And then in 7th grade is when you really starting to hone it. You started to train it.
Yeah.
Did you have anybody in your life that really started to work with you heavy, that cared about your development?
Yeah, I would say Coach Marco. He coach at TAF right now. I started off, I played with All I Have Purple in 4th grade. I mean, he had us in the gym. We had skill development and stuff.
Yeah.
But I would more so say in 4th grade, my dad was kind of like pushing me towards I wanted to still be a kid and play the game and stuff. And I felt like when he used to try to force me, it made me not want to do it. I was already naturally good at basketball. And then I eventually just picked it up by myself, like wanting to go work out, do all the extra stuff, because I seen that's what I wanted to do in my future. So,
Right.
yeah.
That's what's up.
Okay. What junior high did you go to?
I went to Wynwoods. I was Wynwoods until my senior year of high school.
Senior year?
Yeah. I transferred to Hunter to prep my senior year, but I was in Wynwoods. I went to Wynwoods, kindergarten, preschool, all that.
Okay, then. So, I want to stay on the birthmark, though.
Mhm.
You said you was insecure about that.
Yeah.
But I be hearing a lot of people around the city saying they love that.
Yeah,
Like guys that's trying to tattoo they.
Yeah, that's what was crazy. When I was younger, it was just more like a insecurity thing. You see all the kids, they don't got no birthmark on their eye and stuff. So this is kind of kids that make fun of you, try to tease. Kids gonna be kids. So they see somebody that look different, they got a birthmark and stuff. So I was kind of insecure about it. And then I'd say around like 6th, 7th grade, when I started wanting to take basketball serious, that's when I stopped caring about it. I kind of used it as a trademark and made me different. Yeah.
Sounds like your basketball ability helped you overcome.
Yeah, for sure.
Your trials and tribulations.
Mhm.
That's what's up. So as you go from junior high school to high school, right? Did you start at freshman ball, or did you get moved up to JV?
Nah, I was varsity, strictly varsity, from freshman all the way to senior year. Yeah.
So right from coming into school,
Mm-hmm.
did you know coming into Winton Woods that you was gonna be at the varsity level?
Oh,
Did you have an
yeah.
understanding
I
of
mean,
that?
I was practicing with the varsity team when I was already in middle school.
Okay.
And I always enjoyed playing against older kids because
Yeah.
that's why I feel like when I did play my grade,
Yeah.
it was so easy to me because I always grew up playing against my older brother and his friends and stuff. I always playing against older kids. So nobody knew that I was always the youngest out of the bunch. They like, dang, you that young? I'm like, yeah. Like, I'm just so used to playing against older kids. But I would say when I got to high school, it wasn't really the skill. It was more so my body. Like I was real frail, and I was just I used to just shoot. So
Yeah.
then going into my sophomore year, the freshman going to my sophomore year, I hit the weight room, and then I always was able to jump, but I hit a little growth spurt, and then the weight room kind of helped me out, and I just took off from there.
What was the difference you felt in terms of your ability that took you from your freshman year to your sophomore year? Like, what was the
I would say it was just my ability to take contact, like just to out physical the person that was guarding me. Like I didn't really have to do as much to get an open shot or to get to my spot or anything like that. I was able to finish through contact, get to my pull up real easy. So
Gotcha.
that's what I felt the difference in.
So your weight training
Mm-hmm.
from you would say from freshman year to sophomore year was a huge.
Yeah, that was a big jump for me because at first I was just a shooter and that's it. I wasn't doing anything inside them lines at all. I was scared to go down there.
Yeah.
So it was like once I got a little bit of bounce, I got a little muscle on me, it was over with. I just became a 3-level scorer. So
Did you ever have a point in time like where you wanted to give up on basketball, like having traumas or?
mm,
I know a lot of people say they got like a love-hate relationship with basketball.
nah, I kind of always knew that I would be. I mean, I had my moments where my confidence was low. I would say probably in college and stuff, because when you get to college, you gonna meet some players that's like, hey,
Best of the best.
yeah, like everybody nice. And when you get to college, so you gotta find a role and find your niche and what you good at. And I say I wasn't when I first got to college, they had more so relied on me for defense, and then they kind of messed with my confidence on my offensive end. So that's how I got in the game, was playing defense, but I always felt like I was a two-way player. But losing confidence, I would say that's it in college for a small period of time.
Yeah.
Okay, so go ahead.
Yeah, we want to stay in high school for a minute because
Oh, okay.
you know, when I first saw you in high school,
Mhm.
man, it was when you were peaking.
Right, yeah.
You know, so for me, listening to you start off at Winton Woods and seeing that journey,
Mhm.
who would you say was someone you saw in the city that you saw playing and was like, yo, that's what I want to do, or you took motivation from in this city?
I would say Ronnie Russo.
Okay,
Yeah, because Ronnie Russo,
'cause he was at Winton Woods.
yeah, he was at Wynn Woods. He
What
was
year
cold. I wasn't in high school with him at the same time. I know that. But he was he was way older than me, but I always loved his game. I remember I had reached out to him. I forgot how I got his number. I don't know how, but because it's kind of hard to get a hold of Ronnie. So I got a hold of him, and then just me being a student of the game, I wanted to learn from him. And then Ronnie, during the summer, he just came to pick. It was my freshman year going into my sophomore year too. I was doing the weights and all that. So he was coming to pick me up in the morning there, like just about every day in the summer, and I was going to work out with him, and that's how I got my pull up right. He told me, he was like, you got to get this mid range, because I just saw his mid range, like that shit wasn't touching the rim. So yeah, I just got way better watching him and practicing against him, playing one-on-one against him. And he not the biggest guy, so when I'm playing against him one-on-one, I saw how quick he was. So I'm like, it's really levels to it. So after I worked out with him, I looked up to him for sure.
Now I can see.
Yeah.
Because Ronnie was different.
Yeah,
Ronnie was in
for
the
sure.
gym. Ronnie was a basketball connoisseur. So now I could understand the levels of what that motivation and who got you to where you are.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, that's a beautiful thing.
Yeah, my brother he was a little bit older than Ronnie, and he went to Wynn Woods with him. I think Ronnie was on JV when he was a freshman, and that was kind of rare back then, because back in the day they had Samaje, Dion, they had all types of players. Like that's when the city was cranking with players. So to play JV as a freshman at Wynn Woods, that was kind of big. But my brother was always telling me like, yeah, he gonna be cold. So ever since my brother told me about him, I just started watching him, and then that one day I had linked up with him in the summer, and then what was ironic is he was working out with Coach T too. So it just all fell into place.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes, sir. So let's go to that game your junior year. We got to play Princeton. That dunk. Yeah.
That's still one of the best dunks in the city. Man.
Yeah.
Let's speak on just the work that you had to put in to get to that point.
Yeah.
So,
I mean, I had to put in a lot of work. As I said, freshman year, I was real scrawny.
yeah.
And I remember sophomore year, them weight trainers, boy, my body used to be on fire afterwards.
right.
Especially when I first started. Like, I remember it was days I couldn't even lay down without it hurting. But I used to be walking up the bleachers with a barbell on my back with 45s on each end, just working on my legs, working on my bounce. And then sophomore year, I got a little bit of bounce. But then my junior year, that's when I just started going crazy. Yeah, everything just started coming together. The offensive, my decision making, just the game just felt so slow to me. Everything felt so easy.
Yeah.
But when that happened, it was just, I really feel like it was adrenaline because I'm not even a 1 foot jumper, and I just did that. So
Yeah. What I do remember is how big
Darius Bazley.
Darius Bazley was.
yeah,
Right? And talk to me a little bit about going into that game, hearing his name, and everybody's, he's at Princeton.
Yeah.
He is the stud coming in. Everybody came to see him play. What was
Yeah.
your motivation coming into that game?
It was really still the show because I knew a lot of eyes was gonna be there from him. I mean, I had a little bit of buzz within the city. Everybody knew who I was, majority of people, but I wasn't. I had a little bit of national scale attention, but I knew them type of people was gonna be at the game because of who was playing.
Right.
So and what was crazy was they had I guess they all spent the night at their coach house on the day before games, and then I was cool with some players on the team, and they had all called me. They was all talking trash to me. So I'm like, all right, I ain't never been the one to back down from no challenge. So
Right.
I just knew that when I came in, I was gonna put on the show. That always been my mindset though, is to put on the show, make everybody remember, do something that just is like, ooh,
Right.
yeah.
Right.
So.
Right. Are you a trash talker type?
Yeah, oh
Like
man,
trash talker?
that's what turned me up. I love talking. You can ask anybody. That's what I do. I talk. Yeah, I'ma talk the whole time. That's how I kind of put myself into that mode.
Nice.
So yeah.
Nice. So yeah, after the game, what was the? How did City treat you after that game?
It was crazy. My phone was going crazy. I just remember everybody just talking about the dunk, and then once I saw it on Basketball Hustle TV, I always knew they was gonna look out for me with the videos. But then I saw it on Slam Magazine. I'm like, it was crazy. It was a lot of NBA players commenting under it, liking the picture. Then I just started getting a lot of follow requests, and that just took off from there. And then like a lot of prep schools started reaching out to me, high level AAU teams on the Nike circuit, Adidas and Under Armour start wanting to connect with me and stuff. And then my recruitment just took a leap too,
Dang, off of one play.
off of one play.
That's crazy.
So that just goes to show just how, if one play could change the dynamic of a player's future.
For sure. Yeah.
Right? Let's start from there now. How your basketball career changed from that possession. Now let's take the journey from there on. Now what transpired after that and took you to college now?
Yeah, well, after that, I just started. I feel like I already had swag, but I feel like after that, I just started feeling myself. Like I had just went on a run after that where I was just killing everybody.
Yeah.
And I honestly felt like if I wouldn't have got turf, I played with turf toe like towards the end of my junior year. I feel like if I didn't get turf toe, we would have went a lot further in the playoffs. But I just started getting a lot of attention from big schools like Ohio State, Iowa State, Xavier, hometown schools. A lot of schools just started sending me stuff. A lot of schools started calling me. Michigan.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it kind of felt like my dream was coming true because I always dreamed of being that kid. Like all the college coaches want to come see you. They come to practice. When you come to school, everybody see a college coach. They like, who they there for? That they here for Greg. So it's like, yeah, it felt good.
Nice.
Mm-hmm.
What was the school you wanted to go to? You know, each player have their school that's my school. What was the school you wanted to go to?
My dream school was Duke, but I always wanted to go to Ohio State.
Okay.
For some reason, I don't know why. Yeah.
They got that aura.
Yeah, I always wanted to go to Ohio State. I remember I went there on a visit. They had played Michigan State, and we were sitting right behind the bench, and Michigan State was number 2 in the country at the time. The game was so thick, and they ended up beating them. And you know, when they beat a top team, the fans run on the court. So yeah, that was a good. Yeah, I got to see. I'm like, man, I got to.
That's what's up.
Mm-hmm.
So you left high school your junior year. You went to Huntington Prep.
Yeah, my senior year. Yeah.
Okay. So what made you make that decision right there?
I feel like I was outgrowing a lot of stuff that was going on in Cincinnati as far as basketball wise. Like I just felt like, not to sound cocky or anything, I felt like I was too good, to be honest. Like I felt like it was just gonna be too easy. I wanted a challenge, and I wanted to prepare myself for the next level. And I knew no disrespect, but I know I'm not about to be playing against these caliber players when I get to Division I level. So when I go to Huntington Prep, I'm playing with 4 or 5 stars, guys that got Duke offers that's ranked top 25 in the country in their class. I'm going to play against NBA players like we played against IMG, and about half of their team in the NBA right now, Noah Farrakhan, Mondo Baycott, Jarris Walker, Josh Green, a lot of names was on that team, and I ended up, and that helped me for real with my confidence because I saw I could play against them. I'm like, if I could play against them, I could play against anybody. I'm holding my own out here, especially playing against my teammates in practice, AJ Hogarth, Jamin Brakefield, all them guys. Just basically build my confidence. That's it.
Okay. With again, my question went out of my mind because I had it.
Okay. Well, part of me, I wanted you to stay.
Yeah, nah, for sure. Yeah, yeah.
You had that momentum.
Yeah.
Did you ever feel like damn, like you ever reflect like, I wish I would have stayed?
Yeah, sometimes I do. Just because I missed out on a lot of stuff that people get to experience as being like a star high school basketball player at their school, like a senior night, just playing in front of your friends hype you up at the game. It's just different when you playing against everybody when you playing in front of everybody you grew up with. Like I went to school with everybody I went to school with since we was like in like 2nd, 3rd grade. So I had a lot of close relationships with them. So I feel like I missed out on that, but you got to sacrifice when you want big stuff for yourself. Can't just keep it small.
Yeah, that flowed right into that was my question. What was like, because I know a lot of kids are doing that. They're going from high school and going to that prep school. What are some of the most difficult things you have to deal with coming from the high school and going to a prep school, leaving your family, leaving your friends?
Yeah,
to deal with?
That's one thing. Making it feel like you missing out on stuff. Like senior skip day, senior prank, stuff like that. Graduating with all your friends. Like when I graduated from Huntington Prep, I graduated with people I didn't even know. And then the graduating class was probably like 30 or 40 people in it because it was a private school.
Right.
And they were so close because they all went to school since they was in preschool with each other. And I felt like the outsider. So I'd say that'd be one thing. And then on the basketball side, you used to being a man and doing whatever you want. When you get there, you're going to have to sacrifice some shots because, like I said, you're going to be playing with some players that got some names as well. So just learning how to play with people, and that's it.
Okay, so what was that process when you was at Huntington of going to college? How many offers did you have? You had Akron and...
Man, I know I had double digits. I can't remember off the top of my head, but originally I was going to reclass to 2020 because I'm young for my grade. But then, like, just the competitor in me, I felt like that was, like, kind of like a cowardly move. Like, to go down a grade, to make it easier for yourself. Like, so, and Akron wanted me. Like, a lot of the big schools, they wanted me to take a year to, develop my body more and stuff since I was already young. Like, so, Akron, they said they wanted me right then and there. So, that's the team that I chose. That's the college I chose. When I went on a visit, I felt like I was at home. So, that's where I chose.
Before we jump too far ahead, I want to get on the shot clock. Do you think we've been held back in Ohio?
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, because when I went to Huntington Prep, when we played and played against other teams, we had a shot clock, and I could tell the difference. Like, the speed of the game is really doing the kids a disservice for real, because any level you go, whether that be D3, D2, NAIA, you're going to have a shot clock. So I feel like it's hindering the kids when they get to college.
Yeah, that's important for us. We're trying to change the culture in Ohio and bring the shot clock in, and having guys like you who played in Cincinnati and that's had the experience and got the feel outside of it. We want to know what the feeling's like. And you gave us a eloquent, example of what's it like playing against against the shot clock.
Mm-hmm.
You know, because again, are we really preparing our students, the athletes, for the next level when they're holding the ball, when they're walking the ball?
Yeah,
so,
definitely.
you know, that's something we're trying to change right now. So now, with you going from Huntington Prep to Akron, what are some things you had to work on, you know, to catch up to the college basketball?
I would just say honestly, just the way I thought about the game, like knowing what shot is a good shot, knowing what shots to take at what time, knowing where I'm gonna be able to get my shots, and the speed of the game. Because you got to remember when I got to college, I was 17 and I ain't turned 18 till the school year started. Just guys, I was strong, but it's just different. You playing against 25, 26-year-olds. They got babies at the crib. They ain't playing around. So I say that was the adjustment I had to make.
So you have to learn how to play off that bump.
Yeah, yup.
Mm-hmm. Okay, man. So what was it like going through that system? Like, because a lot of kids from here don't really make it to like Division I. So like, what's the whole process of that Division I? You know, feel.
Yeah, it's good. It's definitely a dream come true for real. I would say that if I was able to do it over again, I wouldn't be so robotic at the beginning. I kind of felt like I fell into that robot system for a couple of years, and then once I broke out of the robot system and was able to keep the coach happy, but still do what made me happy at the same time, have a balance. That's when I start having fun again with it. Yeah, so I would say that just don't be coachable, but don't be too much of a robot. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. In your 4 years at Akron, right?
Mm-hmm.
What is something you can look back and say that, man, if I did this would have been the difference.
Yeah.
Like for me playing Division I ball, women are a huge factor. They are a huge distraction in college. So for me, that was my drug. What would you say was the thing that held you back?
I would say I was being too nice. Yeah, I would say that if I would have took the approach that I took my last year there, like a couple years earlier, I had a great career there, but I would have an even better career if I would have just not been in my head so much.
What is being nice?
I feel like
Tribble's word.
I feel like I was trying to please the coach too much. Yeah, I feel like I put a lot of stuff what I wanted for myself on the back burner in order to please them. I mean, we won 3 out of 5 years. We won. That's all that matters to me. But I feel like individually wise, I could have been way better from the jump. Yeah.
Selfishly wise, did more.
Yeah, for sure.
Yourself. Right, and to give it to the coach.
Right.
So after you left Akron, so you went pro. What was that process? How did you get an agent? Did you get an agent first?
Yeah. So basically, the agents they watch you throughout college, so they already know when you on your way out, you on your last year eligibility. So once the season ends, you don't want to talk to no agents during the season because that's illegal. So once the season ends and you go through, they give you their little presentation of what they can do for you, and you just choose from there.
Is there any like crooked agents out there?
Oh yeah, for sure. They'll sell you a dream, boy.
Like what would they say? Like what type of?
Like they'll tell you like I could get you on this team, I can get you a trial with this team and this and that, and then you'll just be like sitting around waiting like, where it's at? Like yeah, I'm just keep spinning you, just beating around the bush all the time. That's it.
How did you pick your agent?
I went with who had the most. I would say they had the most players that had a reputable name over in Europe. Like when he brought the players that started with him and where they at now. And I see where they was at when I signed. I'm like, oh yeah, I can do that too. So yeah.
What team did you go to?
I went to North Macedonia, a team called Shikupi. It was man, it was some crazy stuff going on over there, man. So when we first got there, I mean, when I was here in the States, they had showed me an apartment. It was nice. I'm like, all right, we're gonna be there. We're gonna be cool. We get there, man. it's 4 of us in a crib, man, and it's like it's dirty, like shower nasty. I couldn't even shower at the crib for like the first 3 days, man. It was just nasty, man. It was just disgusting. And that's the one thing that my agent was saying, like, that they take pride in is getting the players good living conditions and all this one stuff. That was trash off rip. And then you only can go. Then we was waiting around to practice until 7 o'clock. You only practicing one time a day. That ain't never been me. I'm the guy that's in the gym before practice and after practice. So that was kind of new to me. I kind of struggle with that because I take it to my routine. My routine is what helps me build confidence. So that stripped it away from me, and it kind of messed with my mental a little bit. I would say that. And then they ain't paying you. Sometimes they ain't gonna pay you on time. What? I remember they was late for like 2 months. They still owe me some bread, but you ain't gonna never see that. I ain't gonna lie. Yeah, nah, it's certain situations. A lot of people can say the same thing about their first year overseas, depending on what situation you get into. Man, you ain't gonna see all your money sometimes. But that's a part of it. You gotta sacrifice it because you have a good year, 1 year, you could go take a crazy jump. So you just gotta take that L sometimes. But that was kind of hard. The living conditions. I moved like 3 times in Macedonia. Like I remember one time the owner of the crib that we was staying in, it was already nasty, but it was a little better than the first one. Man, we ain't had no heat in there. So I'm bundled up in the crib. I'm sleeping with coats on. I got double socks. I got pee bottles in the room because like the way that it was like my room was outside. Like the house was built weird. It was outside. I had to walk upstairs and then walk downstairs outside, walk back in the house to get to the shower. And then what's crazy what's crazy is like over there, certain countries they have like you got to heat the water up. Like it's a switch. They got to heat the water up. And mind you, it's 4 people living in there. So if you won't cut the heater on before you leave, it's over with. You ain't got no hot water. And then you have certain people from another country that's standing there, they leaving turds all in the toilet, leaving he'll shave, he'll leave his stuff in there, and I'm kind of like an OCD when it comes to that. Like I like my stuff clean. Right. So you just got to get through that. Then I remember the owner, because the team wasn't paying the owner because you're not supposed to pay for your living accommodations over there. Like that's in your contract. You don't pay for rent, none of that. You just there to strictly hoop. They pay for your meals and all that. So the owner, they weren't paying the owner rent. So I had finally found a heater for my room, like 3 days. I remember he came, knocked on the door. He like, where's the money? I'm like, I ain't got nothing to do with that because I'm not supposed to be paying rent. The team's supposed to be paying rent. He came take heaters out the crib. He was turning electricity off, all that. So I remember he kicked us out. He kicked me and my 2 other teammates out. They was American. And we ended up staying at a hotel for a night, and then they got us some nice little crib, a nice little apartment, and it was cool after that. But I ended up getting transferred to Slovakia, and that was just a complete 180. Like it was like day and night. Like that was real professional. Like we had meals, we was in the gym 2 times a day. We had weight room. We was able to go to the spa and get treatment and stuff like that, get massages. So that's when I feel like when I went to Slovakia, I took a huge leap and I was real comfortable because of the situation and the living conditions.
What is one of the biggest misconceptions that kids think about trying to get overseas? Because when you think overseas, like, oh, I'm getting paid, it's another pro.
Yeah, nah, for sure. Your first couple years, depending on who you are, you ain't gonna see that much money. Like, right. You will probably only make like $1,500 a month, but mind you, it's tax free, and that's your job to manage that because they paying for your meals, they paying for your apartment. You ain't really supposed to be buying nothing over there. You ain't. So if you mess up your money, that's on you. You could come home with a nice piece of change if you invest it and save it the right way. But it's really, I would say the first year is a grind. Like you want to always take because you only probably get, depending on some leagues, you only get 1 game a week. You only play on every Saturday. And when I was in Kormano, though, when I was in Slovakia, we played 2 games a week. So we played on Wednesday and Friday or Wednesday, Saturday. So it was cool. We had 2 games a week over there. But you just got to make it. You got to, every game, you got to you got to perform every game because that goes into your contract next season when teams want to come pick you up that do got the high budget. That's what you want to perform for. So,
Have you what's your favorite place to play at? How many places have you played at first of all?
I only played in two.
Two places.
Yeah.
So you said Slovakia.
Yeah, Slovakia. I love Slovakia. Yeah.
So now we're heading off to the next journey.
Right? Yeah, going to Slovenia now. Yeah.
Okay. How have you been preparing for this journey, and are you training for it differently than you did for the other ones?
I would say not physical wise, but mental wise for sure. Cause I feel like the mental part wasn't there for me my first year. That's why I struggled. Cause I could easily physically like. That's what a lot of people misunderstand is if your mental ain't right, you're not gonna perform. You're not gonna perform how you want to perform. Like I was going through a lot of stuff over there with a relationship, and that kind of got to me a little bit to where I was worried about what was going on at home rather being where my feet was at. So
that's what's up.
Yeah, that kind of hurt me a lot. But this time I feel like when I go over there, I'm ready. Yeah. I know what to expect. If some curveballs thrown my way, I'm ready to to accept that. But yeah, I'm just ready for this time.
So I know you like to stay fresh with the hair. So like, you get overseas, who gonna cut your hair? Like,
what's crazy is when I was overseas the first time, you see, I had the full beard. I ain't get it cut the whole time. I probably got one haircut when I was in Macedonia. That's it. And I don't really care about that. I do got my little clippers this time where I could keep my face and stuff trimmed up, but the other stuff, oh well. Yeah.
What could a community or what could Cincinnati look forward to with Greg Tribble in the next coming year or so?
I would say some camps. I want to give back to the youth. I want to get more involved with the community and stuff. Give some some like book bag drives, some skill camps and stuff. Just giving kids the information that I didn't get as a kid. I mean, I feel like I got information, but just putting them up on game to where they could take it into their future.
For sure. Because guys like you, legends like you, we need y'all in the community. We need y'all coming back. A Greg Tribble camp would could change a lot of kids' dreams.
Yeah, for sure.
So we got much love for you, man, and we want to
appreciate
see you
it.
Great,
So where can they follow you at? Let everybody
Greg Tribble Jr. Basically on all platforms for real. If you look up Greg Tribble, you're gonna see me. So yeah, just stay tuned, man. I'm gonna start doing some YouTube vlogging stuff just to bring people in on my daily life and what I do outside of basketball, because I know a lot of people been wanting me to do that. So yeah, just a lot of stuff in the works now. Yeah, so basically, Kent State is one of the biggest rivals in the country. It's up there with Duke and North Carolina. You know, I ain't really take it personal. I ain't have no genuine dislike for them like as people. But when it's on the basketball court, oh for sure we don't like each other. Yeah. But for some reason, that team that they had, I guess they didn't like us personally, which I didn't understand. But they made a diss song my sophomore year, and they ended up going viral, and it ended up.
The song was about you, or the
team? It was about the team, but I was mentioned in the song, so I was kind of confused. I'm like, all right, I guess. And at the time, I wasn't even one of the top players on the scouting report, so I'm like, why y'all talking about me? But the player ended up getting suspended for a half a game, and we ended up smacking them by 20. And what's crazy is, if you from Kent, you watching this, y'all ain't never beat me in the championship. So I'm 2-0 against y'all in the championship. But
so it's big rival game, big attitudes.
Yeah,
big game,
for sure. And then my senior year, some dude ended up. I mean, it was a close game, and then they had tipped the ball in to take a 1-point lead. We got it out, and I guess the player didn't know time to score. He ended up fouling me, sending me to the line, and I ended up making 2 free throws to win the championship.
Shoot down.
Out of there. Shout out Basketball Hustle TV.
Basketball Hustle TV.